Look at the mighty people of God, and you'll notice something. You'll think, when you first think about them, you see them in action. You see them, when you think of the picture, you see these things happening. You see Moses, you see Elijah, you see David, action, Paul, action, but that's only part of their life. Moses, look what he did. Front line. He set the people free. He called down the judgments on Egypt. He parted the Red Sea, God through him. He had manna coming down, miracles, got the law from Sinai, spent all that. That's the front line. But what was the other part? Moses was a man of prayer. He met with God face to face. He spent hours in the presence of God. He's the one who said, I got to see your face, Lord. Show me your glory. Show me your face. That was the home front that allowed the Red Sea and the Exodus and Sinai and all the rest, because his home front was there. Then look at David. Warrior, mighty, action, man. Look at all he did. Goliath. Didn't happen in a vacuum. David was what? He was a man of prayer, of worship. All you have to do is open up the Psalms and you'll see how much he was. Deep calls to deep, my soul longs for God. Spending the time in the presence of God allowed him to do mighty things for God. And then look at Elijah, mighty Elijah. He speaks, he closes up the heavens. He opens up the heavens. He calls down fire to the altar. He changes the history of his nation. But Elijah didn't do it all in a vacuum. Elijah, what does the Bible say? Elijah was a man of what? Prayer. That was the home front that empowered the ministry, the power, and the miracles of Elijah. And look at Paul, who wrote most of the books in the New Testament. Nobody wrote more books than Paul in the whole Bible. Preached to multitudes, affects our life to this day. He literally disciples millions every day. Changed the course, not only changed the course of world history. That was the front line. But what was the home front? Paul was a man of prayer, a man in the presence of God, a man who was so deep in the presence of God, he got lost in a trance. He saw visions. He heard the voice of God. His home front was powerful. He was taken to the heaven. Powerful, man of great action, men who changed the world. But the first thing was their relationship with God, their communion with God. Their home front was powerful. You see, the front line of your life and your walk, your actions, your endeavors, your ministry, your calling, everything you do in this life, that's the fruit. That's the branches. That's the fruit. That's your outreach. But the home front, your prayer life, your word life, your secret life, your community, that's the root. If you don't have the fruit in your life that you should have, you don't have as much as you know you should. If your faith is not bearing a lot of fruit, then you got to get this. It's not a fruit issue. It's a root issue. If your front lines aren't strong and victorious, it's not a front line issue, it's a home front issue.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.